How's it going, y'all? This is David here, back with the video. I know haven't made a lot of videos, and I know the season ended and I didn't get to watch the last 2 days of the season because of the fact that I had to work, and since after Thanksgiving they've been making me work Sundays a lot, so it's just as it is. But today I wanted to make a video to talk about the breaking news that came out yesterday morning, that the Denver Broncos, after 3 seasons, have parted ways with Vic Fangio. In his 3 seasons, he had a 19-30 record, and so many times Vic Fangio had games he won that he basically blew. The Vic Fangio Broncos 3 seasons will be known for being very underachieved, being very just not finishing the deal. I mean, basically, we were the best mediocre team in the NFL. Under him, we were just mediocre. It's sad to say that because I really had a lot of high hopes for Vic Fangio. When we first hired him 3 years ago, I really liked him. I really thought he was the answer, the guy that was going to get us over the hump. And oh boy, was I wrong. Sorry, Vic Fangio, but I was wrong about you. The problem is number one, is he just lacked leadership. Like Vance Joseph was not a leader of men. Seemed like he was a coach that was not going to hold his players, his coordinators accountable, believed his process of things was working. He just basically became another Vance Joseph. Now, there's some people say they would rather have Vance Joseph. I'm like, no, I'm sorry. Vance Joseph he was worse than Vic Fangio. That's just facts. Vance Joseph was worse than Vic Fangio. Number 2, it didn't seem like he could close the deal, could close the gap. Like in his first season, his first 4 games, 2 of them, he blew the game. Like the game against Chicago, he gave the Bears, even though that was the Garrett Bowles 5 penalty game, he gave the Bears too much time to go down the field and kick the game winner. 2 weeks later against Jacksonville, they blew a 17-3 halftime lead, and Jacksonville came back. He gave Jacksonville 1:30 to go down the field and kick that game winner. And then blowing that game against the Vikings, and blowing that game against when they had a 20-point lead, and blowing that game against the Colts, that was all looking bad on Vic Fangio. And then his second year, on the season opener against Tennessee, where he let the clock milk all the way down with 17 seconds, all that looked bad on Vic Fangio. It all did. Sorry to break the news, but it did. And then this last year, so many games against the Cleveland Browns, made a great second half comeback, but we still lost, and he still said praise Teddy Bridgewater. Vic Fangio lacked leadership, did not hold players or his coordinators accountable, did not, manage the game clock very well. Vic Fangio will go down as, one of the most mediocre coaches I've ever seen. He will never be Mike Shanahan or Dan Reeves, the legendary coach that we had here in Denver, but he'll never be as bad as Vance Joseph. But, well, it's a new era in Denver, and I think, and also he took Pat Shurmur, went with him, and so did Mike McMahon. Pat Shurmur is one of the worst offensive coordinators we could have hired. Vic Fangio fired Rich Scangarello, who Locke played well under. Locke started to adjust and play well under him. Then he fired him, and I said, you know what? I was okay with the decision because Rich Scangarello called too many check down passes on 3rd and long, was just not aggressive enough, and neither is Pat Shurmur. Neither was Pat Shurmur. Too much conservative play calling. So the next head coach, I don't know who it's going to be, but well, this Sunday I'm going to be able to watch the playoffs because I'm off Sunday, but I'm going to miss Saturday's games. So, again, this is David, and I'm out. Peace.